Next ball game.
Michigan State at number 4, Michigan.
So this is obviously a juicy rivalry, but it's not as juicy when the spread is 22.5. Michigan's favored by 22.5. And yet Sparty, when you look online, man, they're feeling this matchup. And all the memes have been out. And maybe Spartan fans know that these are the last few days that they're going to be able to do that before, it's going to be like, hey, scoreboard. Because I can tell you this right now. Michigan's beaten Michigan State on Saturday. I understand that they've lost the last 2 years, and Mel Tucker has done an excellent job. First, the COVID year, a game I called, and they were able to beat them in Michigan Stadium, and that COVID year was a disaster for the Wolverines. Last year in Spartan Stadium, they went up there, the Wolverines did, and got beat. Their first loss of the year in a battle of undefeateds. It was an epic game. Epic game. Guess what? Kenneth Walker ain't there anymore, and he's not walking through those doors. All he's doing is on his way to maybe win the Rookie of the Year in the National Football League. That's how well he's playing for the Seattle Seahawks. And without him, Michigan State doesn't have an identity. They don't have the eraser, right? I called him the eraser last year because their defense was pitiful, in particular in terms of their pass defense. And he was the eraser because he could control the game on the ground. He could create big plays. He was explosive. And offensively, that's where everything was built, right? That's what everything ran through was Kenneth Walker. He's not there anymore. That offense is not very good. The defense is still not very good. And they're a shell of what they were a year ago. This team, I get it. They beat Wisconsin, but this is not a team that's going to go in there and beat Michigan this week. In particular, when Michigan clearly has their entire focus trained on the Spartans. You think 0-2 in the last 2 years doesn't have their attention? You know it's got their attention. This Michigan State team, by the way, gives up more yards per play than they gain. Like, it's not a very good team. This is not a team that's just lost some close games. This is a team that is not very good this year. They cannot run it at all against Power 5 competition. In fact, they're running it for 2.3 yards per carry against Power 5 competition. That's not going to get it done, in particular when you're going up against a team that's really good on defense and really good on offense. They're, Michigan, in the top 10 in both scoring defense and scoring offense. Top 6, I'll even say it. 3rd in the country in scoring D, 6th in the country in scoring offense. They're 3rd in the Power 5 in rushing offense. This is not a game that I think that all of a sudden, because it's a rivalry, you throw out the records and all of a sudden Mel Tucker pulls an ace out of his sleeve. That's not happening. This Michigan team seems too focused. They're coming off of a bye. There's not the look-ahead situation. I think they've got the full attention of the Wolverines, and they're at home. That's a difficult place to play, even though the Spartans won there in the COVID year. I'm picking Michigan. I want to go over the 22.5, but I know that that's a lot. If they control the game on the ground like I think they can, they will go over that. The problem with the spread that big for Michigan is that Michigan doesn't care about blowing people out, right? Like Jim Harbaugh doesn't care if he scores 55 or 35. All he cares about is winning. I think the evidence of that was the way that they played in the offensive game plan in Kinnick against Iowa earlier this year. All they were going to do is not turn the ball over. Right? And I think this game is going to be similar to that. Their blueprint will be just get the W. That's why I'm a little bit leery of that 22.5, but rest assured, Michigan is winning that game. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.